Unraveling the Divide, Income Inequality in the USA, a tale of struggling middle class and soaring wealth. Welcome to this in-depth exploration of income inequality in the United States, where we delve into the challenges facing the middle class and the widening gap between rich and poor. The American economy has been on an upward trajectory since the Great Recession of 2009, boasting remarkable job growth and a historically low unemployment rate. However, beneath the surface, economic indicators reveal a tale of two Americas. Let's dive in and uncover the nuances of this critical issue. The elusive growth of household incomes. Over the past 5 decades, household incomes in the USA have experienced two distinct phases. The overall trend in American household income has been upward since 1970, despite periodic interruptions caused by business cycle peaks and troughs. In 2018, the median income of U.S. households reached $74,600, which was a significant 49% increase from its level in 1970 when it was $50,200 in 2018 dollars. However, this upward trajectory masks two distinct episodes in the evolution of household incomes. The first episode occurred from 1970 to 2000, during which most of the income growth was achieved. The median income rose by 41% to $70,800, with an average annual growth rate of 1.2%. The second episode spanned from 2000 to 2018, where the growth rate slowed significantly to an average of only 0.3% per year. Had the growth rate remained constant with the period from 1970 to 2000, the current median U.S. household income would be around $87,000, considerably higher than the actual level of $74,600. The slower growth rate in the 21st century can be partially attributed to two recessions, one in 2001 and another during the Great Recession, which began in 2007. The 2001 recession was relatively short-lived, but household incomes took time to recover. By 2007, the median income had just returned to its 2000 level. However, the onset of the Great Recession in 2007 dealt another blow to household incomes, and it took until 2015 for incomes to approach their pre-recession levels. The period from 2000 to 2015 witnessed a 15-year stagnation, which was an unprecedented duration in the past 5 decades. Encouragingly, recent trends suggest that the effects of the Great Recession may finally be in the past. From 2015 to 2018, the median U.S. household income increased from $70,200 to $74,600 at an average annual rate of 2.1%. This growth rate is substantially higher than the average rate from 1970 to 2000, and more in line with the economic expansions seen in the 1980s and the late 1990s dot-com bubble era. The erosion of the middle class. Income growth in recent decades has favored upper-income households, resulting in a shrinking U.S. middle class. As a consequence, a larger portion of the nation's total income is now going to upper-income households, while the share going to middle and lower-income households has declined. The proportion of American adults living in middle-income households decreased from 61% in 1971 to 51% in 2019, with each subsequent decade ending with a smaller share of adults in the middle-income bracket. However, this decline in the middle-class share is not all negative. Over the period from 1971 to 2019, the percentage of adults in the upper-income tier increased from 14% to 20%, and the share in the lower-income tier rose from 25% to 29%. Overall, more people moved up the income ladder than down. Yet, middle-class incomes have not grown at the same pace as upper-tier incomes. From 1970 to 2018, the median middle-class income increased from $58,100 to $86,600, representing a gain of 49%. In contrast, upper-income households experienced a 64% increase, with their median income rising from $126,100 in 1970 to $207,400 in 2018. Lower-income households saw a 43% gain, with their median income rising from $20,000 in 1970 to $28,700 in 2018, incomes adjusted to 2018 dollars. This disparity in income growth contributed to a significant decline in the share of U.S. aggregate income held by the middle class. From 1970 to 2018, the middle class share of aggregate income fell from 62% to 43%, while the share held by upper-income households increased from 29% to 48%. The share going to lower-income households slightly decreased from 10% to 9% during the same period. These income trends reflect the overall growth of economic inequality in the U.S. since the 1980s. A tale of the top 5%. Income growth in the United States has favored those at the top, even among higher-income families. Since 1980, the most affluent families in the top 5% have experienced faster income growth compared to families in the lower income strata. While the disparity was less pronounced after the Great Recession, it has not shown signs of reversing. In the 1980s, income inequality began to rise steadily. From 1981 to 1990, families in the lowest quintile saw an annual loss of 0.1% in mean income, while those in the top quintile gained 2.1% annually. The top 5% of families experienced even better growth, with their income increasing at an annual rate of 3.2%. The trend continued in the 1990s, with sharper income growth at the top. From 1991 to 2000, the mean income of the top 5% grew at an annual average rate of 4.1%, compared to 2.7% for families in the highest quintile overall and around 1% for other families. The 2001 to 2010 period saw income losses for families across all strata, with the poorer strata experiencing more pronounced declines. From 2011 to 2018, income growth became more balanced, but the top 5% still experienced greater gains compared to other families. The struggle for wealth. In addition to income, a family's wealth serves as a critical indicator of its financial security. Wealth, also known as net worth, represents the value of a family's assets like a home or savings account, minus any outstanding debts. Accumulated over time, wealth provides retirement income, safeguards against economic shocks, and bestows security and social status for future generations. Between the mid-1990s and the mid-2000s, American families experienced a favorable period for their wealth portfolios. Housing prices and stock values saw substantial increases during this time, leading to a 55% growth in the median net worth of American families from $94,700 in 1995 to $146,600 in 2007, adjusted for 2018 dollars. However, the surge in housing prices ultimately turned out to be a bubble that burst in 2006. This triggered the Great Recession in 2007, causing home prices to plummet and dragging down stock prices as well. Consequently, the median net worth of families plummeted to $87,800 by 2013, representing a 40% loss from its peak in 2007. As of 2016, the typical American family's net worth stood at $101,800, still lower than its value in 1998. The USA versus the world. When we compare income inequality across countries using the Gini coefficient, the US stands out. With a Gini coefficient of 0.434 in 2017, it surpassed even some of the G7 nations, reaching levels seen in developing countries like India. These findings underscore the urgent need to address income inequality in America and create a more equitable society. While the US has made significant strides in various aspects of its economy, the persistently high income gap is a cause for concern. The lack of adequate wealth distribution and access to opportunities calls for comprehensive policy changes. To bridge this gap, policymakers must focus on progressive taxation, accessible education, affordable healthcare, and investing in infrastructure and social safety nets. By implementing inclusive policies, we can create an environment that fosters upward mobility and ensures that economic growth benefits all segments of society. Income inequality in the USA is a multifaceted challenge that requires our collective attention. While there have been positive economic indicators, the growing gap between the rich and the middle class demands urgent action. By supporting policies that promote fair wages, accessible education, and wealth-building opportunities for all, we can strive to create a more equitable society where every American has a chance to thrive. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis on critical issues affecting our world. Thanks for watching.